Here we fucking go. Welcome back to CollaboRadio, folks. Thanks for coming back. We've got a very special episode for you this time. We have Steve, also known as ThinkFishTank.
Yo.
And Dom, also known as Riverman.
Yay.
And me, also known as Jawka, or Jack. You
nice.
know. Yeah.
You nailed it, dude.
Yeah.
I like how your opening remark is, thanks for coming back. It's like, yeah, we understand if you don't come back, but we really appreciate it that you do.
Yeah, because we don't exactly have a regular schedule with these things. So, yeah, For those of you who are sticking around, we appreciate you.
We really do.
But yeah, anyway, in this episode, we're going to be taking a listen to our latest collaborative album, Aperture, and just kind of going to be giving our own little commentary as we listen to it here.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Shall we get into it then?
Yeah, might as well. Let's
All right.
jump right into it. All right.
Yeah.
We're going to start this off with a doozy right here.
Yeah, this one actually almost didn't go on the album.
Yeah, I was super surprised about that. Did I play a part in making it happen on the album?
Well, it was an original choice, but I ended up starting another track, and I was like, right, well, this is probably going to go on the album instead. But I never finished it, and in the end, I didn't like it as much as this one, so I just thought, we'll keep this one on there.
Well, I just remember like harassing you at the last minute, being like, dude, you got to put this song on, because I heard this ages ago, and it's genuinely one of my favorite songs you've ever made. Seriously.
Oh, thanks, man.
It's so dope. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, it samples 70s kind of like soft rock pop song. The singer's name is eluding me at the moment, but it's basically just pitched down, chopped up. There's not a whole lot to say about it other than I made it pretty quickly in like an afternoon one day, and I was like, that actually came out really nice, and stuck it on SoundCloud, and people have liked it, so I thought, well, it'll be good for the mixtape then.
Yeah, I think it's kind of perfectly what we originally set out to kind of have the sound be like, so I think it's a great way to start the album.
Did you do that scratching too?
It is an effect, so technically, no.
Gotcha. Fair enough.
I was thinking that the other day while listening to it, if you had done that physically or digitally, but it's a good effect either way.
Yeah.
All right, track number 2, we've got Belinsky.
Oh, yeah.
Keep Rocking, Please.
Yeah, so peep the stilo of how it go. Your neck turning cause your head.
I was so glad we were able to get Bill back for this.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, this is his third album with us, so pretty much all the I say like modern ones because because the original one was Collaborate Bit, and then we did Flip It Over.
Right.
But I feel like the ones where we actually like started figuring out our sound was like In the Air.
Oh, yeah.
So he's been on the 3 albums that I think are really tight. So
Word.
I think he's a huge part of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I've got to say, his production on these 2 tracks is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it really is good.
I've never heard like hip hop quite like this before. It's definitely a very interesting sound, and it works really well with the acapellas he used too. Like, it sounds like a real hip hop track and not just something he's like, created a beat and stuck an acapella over.
Mm-hmm. Oh, exactly. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, because that's such an easy trap to fall into.
Right.
Be like, I get this thing, slap an acapella on it, but it doesn't always work. This is like so good because it feels like it was made in this form,
I feel like Bill's always been really good about how he blends his samples with his creations. And yeah, this is no exception.
Yeah, this is great. And I like Bill because his sound, I know we all have kind of different sounds, but his is definitely different from the rest of us.
Oh, yeah.
Which I really like having on the album. Gives us a nice variety.
It's very woozy.
Yeah.
She got your head turning cause the back's is fat. Shake it up like this and then like that.
Sick.
Yeah.
Great track. All right, track number 3. Coming in hot, we got P.SUS. The name of the title? The name of the track is Metro. I'm doing great over here. I think this was my pick to go kind of towards the front of the album because we all kind of did it collaboratively, but I was like, this one is really going to go near the top because I really like the mood it sets.
Yeah.
It's good vibes.
Yeah. In retrospect, I'm sorry I wasn't more helpful with the track listing. My brain was very, very fried.
Oh, dude, no worries. I think we were all kind of there.
Yeah, me too, especially since we were doing it at like 6 in the morning where I was, so
Oof.
yeah, I was dead.
Yeah. Yeah, basically Pat took the lead on that, which I think we were all super grateful for.
God.
We were all just wiped. I know you guys had tracks you were building last minute, and you know we were doing all the promotion stuff last minute. We were making the artwork and the Bandcamp page, and we were just assembling everything.
At this time, I think I'd finished my tracks, but I was like working like a madman on my live set at the time.
Right, because we can talk about that later, but we bit off a little bit more than we probably should have by doing a live event right after an album release because, again, kind of a peek behind the curtain. These things, a lot of effort goes into these things beyond just like making music, you know?
Yeah.
So we were all very tired, and then we did the festival right after. So very grateful that Pat was like, I'm going to put together a track list, and I really like how it came out.
Yeah,
but
I didn't envy you guys at all. I was like, there's no fucking way I'm going to be taking part in anything regarding this. I'm just wiped.
Right. Yeah, if you guys don't know, Dom obviously lives like 6 hours in the future of Jack and Pat and Milo and I. So when we're hanging up late at night, it's early morning for Dom.
Yeah.
And it was early morning for us, so for Dom it was absurd.
I think it was like 9 a.m. when you guys finally ended the call. So I literally just stayed up all night.
Oh, yeah. I just gotta say, I love this section of the track.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's really funky. You know, nobody does it quite like P.SUS. Yeah, it's a really tight track.
Ooh.
I've only listened to the whole thing straight through one time, so I'm actually really looking forward to doing this.
Oh, nice.
It's nice to see how, the transitions work and...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Pat did a little bit of work on the transitions, too.
He did,
yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Next up, we have Chemical Burn by Sapien Alien. I love the name, by the way. Chemical Burn. That's tight.
Yeah.
I
forgot to compliment him on that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was just saying that Milo's tracks were very, I guess, like, he came up with them very quickly towards the end of the project.
Oh, yeah, and Milo was working on a billion things at the same time, too, because he was working on the album art, and, like, he had stuff for work that he had to do, and, like, he was working like a lunatic as well.
Yeah, obviously we did this record during the quarantine and everything, so a lot of us are not working or have lower hours than we normally would. But Milo is working hard.
Yeah.
He's still got a full-time gig as far as I know, and he did all the album art, and he cut out all those images by hand, like not with his hands, but on a computer. And he didn't have internet the whole week. Like, he had to communicate with us in really weird ways. Like, he literally went to someone's driveway to send us
his tracks. His
final track.
He put his tracks on his Kindle and then drove up to his buddy's driveway just to get on the Wi-Fi, and then beamed the tracks from the Kindle, and it was nuts.
Absolutely wild. So huge props to him, because at any point he could have been like, sorry guys, I'm not gonna put any albums on this. Any tracks on here, I'm too busy. But not only did he do 2 tracks, but he also did the album artwork and just so much stuff. So
yeah.
Oh man, huge props to him for doing that.
You see, this is the information you don't get when you just download the album from Bandcamp. Like,
Exactly.
You know, like, how would you know that 2 of the tracks on this album came from a Kindle? How would you know?
And
Dude,
I might have that wrong, but I don't know what the exact process was. I just know that a Kindle was involved.
Yeah, it was. I remember that too. Yeah.
So random.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember at one point he sent us an early version of both the tracks that ended up on the album, and he was like, I've only got time to focus on one of these. Which one do you want to hear? And we were like, all extremely unhelpful. We're like, both, please.
We were like, yes.
Yes, please. Yeah, exactly. So we weren't helpful at all, but I'm glad we got both. Because, yeah, they're both pretty dope tracks, and always happy to have more Sapien Alien on there.
Hell yeah. And is he playing all these instruments?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
God damn.
Milo's very instrumental heavy.
Yeah, it's nice to have that sound, because a lot of us tend to focus more on samples and stuff. It's really nice to have that. Track 5, we've got Can't Go Back by Jetsy.
Oh, hell yeah.
I love this one.
Yeah.
I do too. Did you guys see the video you posted on Instagram?
Yeah.
See, this is why behind the scenes content is so good, because it makes you kind of appreciate it even more. Because now I listen to this track, I'm like, oh, this is so tight.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember Jesse and I were exchanging whips just to see like where we were at, because we were both at a place where we were like, what is this a thing? And yeah, he sent this to me and I was like, oh yeah, he's nailed that kind of lo-fi chill sound.
Oh yeah.
It's a very nostalgic sounding track.
Yeah. He said this one samples a Twilight Zone episode.
Yeah, I saw that from the video he put on Instagram.
It's from Walking Distance.
Yeah.
I'm not the worst.
No more.
I love vocal samples from that time period.
Yeah.
You had so many actors on television and stuff that were like traditionally trained in theater, and so they have like these amazing voices. They always do in this time period.
Yeah.
What was this? The 60s?
50s, right? Or early 60s, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, you just get so many good samples from the 50s, 60s, even earlier, where like they just talked in a way that you don't now in film and television. Obviously, because we try to do more realistic sounding conversations in film and television, but you do kind of lose like out of the theatrics of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I really enjoyed this track. When I first heard it, I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be perfect.
I wanted to tell you that this is a wonderful time of life for you.
Yeah, shout out to Jesse, of course, was on last week's podcast.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. I shouldn't say last week.
The last,
just
the
in
last
case we don't know when
podcast.
this comes out, but the previous one.
Yeah.
So that was an absolute joy to talk to him. Really huge blast. Hopefully, I came through in the podcast.
Yeah.
All right, track 6. We've got "Sorry" by Jawka.
Yeah. This track was kind of an amalgamation of so many things, but it was kind of my first real attempt at that kind of like quote unquote lo-fi chill sound. And
Yeah, I like it.
I think I came close-ish. But yeah, this samples the Hamilton mixtape, Lake Street Dive. That's Rachel Price's vocals there. A lot of the instrumental bits are from Gear and Grey, which is a Japanese metal band that I listen to.
Yeah.
Like that singing in the background is from a track of theirs. But I had to put it way in the background because there's all this guitar and shit that was with it too that just kind of went up against the vibe.
I
like to call those baggage samples because you get a lot of baggage with them. Yeah.
What's the reasoning behind putting spaces in between each letter in the title?
I wanted to know. Yeah, the title in general. inspiration for that.
Aesthetic, basically, for the spaces, and then
It's very vaporwave.
yeah,
It is, yeah.
yeah. I think that's kind of what I was going for with the stylistic of it, anyway. And then Sorry, I mean, it just kind of ends with that feeling of regret and sorrow. So I was never good at coming up with titles, you know. But
I think most of us are pretty bad at coming up with titles, to be honest.
yeah.
That's the one part I like.
But yeah, I mean, I think the title mostly came from the sample that I have at the end from Life is Strange.
Yeah, this is very Jawka. I really like it.
Thanks.
Yeah, you can always tell a joke track.
Yeah.
'Cause it's just,
I definitely mean that in a good way.
There's so much like, it's like theatrical but very emotional at the same time.
Oh, thanks. Oh, fuck, that's right. That's me singing there. I forgot. This is the first track
Wait,
I...
what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which bit?
The I Still Love You bit is me.
Oh, what?
Yeah, sorry.
This is why you gotta listen to the podcast,
Yeah.
folks. You hear
Yeah. Oh, wait, aside from that one remix I did for Dom, I think this is the first track of mine that I sampled myself on. But yeah, I was in a show called Willow Run where it was play with music, and I was the understudy and I had to go on, and so that was me just sampling one of the songs that I had to sing for the show.
Wait, did you actually end up in the show?
Yeah, I
As
went
the
on.
understudy?
I went on about 40 nights. It was nuts.
Wow, how long was the run?
The run was from, oh Lord, this was a couple years ago now. It was our summer show, but it went. I think I was on from like July until the end of August.
Wow.
And yeah, that was just one thing that came from it. But
Wow, that's really cool.
thanks.
You go a little behind the scenes tidbit.
Yeah.
Pay close attention.
Favorite track?
Oh, next up,
Uh-huh.
we got Business Partners by ThinkFishTank and P.SUS.
Hell yeah.
I've heard of both these guys.
I have two, you know.
I've never heard of them, but they make a dope beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, this came out pretty fire, I'm gonna be honest. I was really pleased with
Yeah, and also
what happened with this.
you can very, very clearly hear both of your voices in this one. Like the percussion definitely, like that's a ThinkFishTank kind of beat.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
With a P.SUS treatment, and it's sweet.
Yep, and you can tell the vocal samples like cut up in a certain way, or definitely, you know, my calling card there.
Oh, yeah.
But then he like took it to a whole new level with, you know, the percussion and the bass and everything, and yeah, I'm really happy with what he did to it. And it was basically just kind of like more or less a 3-step process, or 4, I guess. I gave him this track. He did a treatment on it, added, you know, like all this stuff, all the synthy stuff, and the bass, and added percussion and the flare there, you know, you know, all that awesome P.SUS stuff. Then he sent it back to me, and then I kind of layered in more samples to kind of let it breathe a little bit, kind of give it an identity. And I sent it back to him to master it, and that was it. And we did it in like a couple days. It was honestly just came together so quick.
Nice.
It's a very similar process to what me and Pat did on the In the Air album.
Yeah, that one came out great. Yeah.
Took longer though.
Well, I mean, you know, it did take. If you factor in the time it took me to write the original track, I guess, you know, it did take a little bit of time. But as far as the collaborative stuff, you know, happened in like 48 hours.
Fuck.
Pretty sick.
I mean, a lot of stuff on this mixtape came about in the last like couple days, so you know.
It did, yeah, a lot of it. And it's still a lot of quality stuff, so it's really cool.
Hell yeah.
Track
Yeah!
8. We got Tribal Beat by Riverman.
Oh, hell yeah.
I love this one.
This one was such a magnificent pain in the arse, mate.
Yeah, tell us about it.
Well, essentially, it started out with the drums that you can hear. I found this insanely heavy beat on a record that I paid quite a bit of money for. I was like, well, I have to sample this, but it's the rawest beat I've ever heard in my life. Like analog clipping, basically, just constantly.
Oh, jeez.
From there, I got this old record of like tribal music from Rwanda and places like that, and I mixed that in with the drums, added some extra samples, did some crazy effects. Essentially, the vibe I was going for is I wanted it to sound almost like a real band. From like the 70s or something, like just jamming out,
Yeah.
and like doing crazy shit in the studio.
Oh, I like this bit a lot.
This is really cool, dude.
And this is all samples, yeah?
There is a kick drum added in there, but just to give the drums a bit more punch. But that's like it, you know.
Goddamn.
Wow.
That must have been a nightmare to mix.
It was probably the hardest track to mix ever.
Wow.
Because like stuff with Crate Odyssey, they were a bitch to mix, but I spent like a solid 3 months just on mixing those tracks. I had 3 weeks from start to finish with this one, so getting it done in time was horrendous. I was like
Lord.
literally working on it day and night for several days straight.
Yeah, it's crazy the hours everyone put in. There was like 2 weeks there where everyone was just I'm sure it was like only 1 week, but in my brain it was like 2 weeks where everyone was just like up all the time, 24/7, just like working on stuff. Which, you know, it's kind of cool to see everyone come together and,
Yeah,
you know, bang out a really cool album. But
as stressful as it is, it's always very fun and very rewarding as well,
Yeah.
just to see stuff come together.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I like the explosion at the end.
When in doubt, just end your track with an explosion. Track 9, we've got Melting Time by Blame Illuminati.
I'm so glad we were able to get Blame again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I told him ages ago that we were doing a hip-hop mixtape, and, you know, he was totally down for that because, you know, he enjoys making hip-hop. Yeah. So I thought, you know, he'd be perfect for the mixtape. But of course, it took forever for the mixtape to actually come together. So,
Right.
you know, I was like, okay, we're making a mixtape. I don't have a date yet, but be ready for like, I don't know, a few months or whatever. And it's like, yeah, okay. And that was like nearly 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So,
Right. Yeah.
so I kept him waiting for a long time, but yeah, he gave us this track, and it's fucking dope.
Yeah.
He spends an insane amount of time purely on like the mixing and mastering process. Like,
Oh, that shows.
yeah.
What is this, the second or third time he's done a project?
Yeah, it's the second time.
Second time, okay.
Yeah.
And whereabouts is he from, if you don't mind revealing?
Well, he's from my town. That's how I know him.
Okay. Oh, right on.
Yeah. We met in college, so yeah.
Very cool. Have you guys ever collabed on something?
We haven't actually. We really, really should.
You should.
Yeah.
Because you could practically do it in real life, although that doesn't necessarily help in any way with the way we do stuff, but, you know, it's still cool.
Also, we can't really do it at the moment because of everything that's going on. But, Yeah, sometime. Yeah, sure. Problem is, whenever we do meet in real life, we just, you know, talk for hours and hours and we don't actually do anything productive. So it's one of those kind of things. It's difficult to kind of get the momentum going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Explosion?
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, I love that sound. It feels like vintage hip hop.
Yeah.
What is that? Do you know what that is, Dom?
I do not know.
I just like feel like I know that sound, but I can't place like what that came from. It could be like an old. I'm trying to imagine what that would have come from. There you go. Perfect ending. That's great stuff.
Yeah.
All right, track 10. This is called Warm Cool by P.SUS.
This one's so funky.
Yeah. Pat definitely killed it on this album. Real quality stuff. Like, I think all of the tracks, I mean, there's really no bad tracks on this album, obviously. I think everything is sick. But like, yeah, the P.SUS tracks, he wasn't fucking around.
I kind of wonder what P.SUS fucking around would sound like. You know?
It'd still be better than 99% of things.
Yeah.
Woo, the space.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's so funky.
That's very much a P.SUS like lead synth kind of thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
I love how his stuff is simultaneously groovy and like introspective at the same time.
Yeah, that's I don't know how he does it.
Years and years of doing this.
Yeah, but you know what? He's always had this sound since the beginning. I mean, obviously it's evolved so much, but I mean, you go back to the early P.SUS stuff, and he already kind of
has his sound.
like,
yeah,
like immediately right out the gate. It's so unfair.
Yeah. Even on his early stuff on GarageBand, it's still tight.
He's not here, so we can say nice things about him.
And there's nothing he can do about it.
That's right. I like that bit right there.
Yeah.
Little horn samples.
Ooh, I like the kind of pan delay that he has, where it kind of switches back and forth between your left and right ear.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan of the pan delay.
Now you're just showing off, dude. Come on.
Yeah. All right, we've had enough. Fuck off, Pat. All right, track 11. I've never asked how you say this word. A Night at Lineker's by Jawka.
Another title that I want to know why.
Another title you want to know, like, why?
Yeah.
Yeah, just why?
Yeah, I do too.
Because I couldn't come up with anything else. And
yeah, but how did you come up with that in the first place? That's what I want to know.
I mean, I had Steve listen to it because I was like, fuck, help. I don't know what to call this. And he said it kind of gave him the feel of like a smoky lounge. And the name of the singer you're hearing there, her name is Lineker, and she's a really talented vocalist from Brazil. And I was like, what if she had like a bar with like a smoky lounge?
There you go.
Well,
okay.
There you go. That makes sense.
Yeah.
In fact, I actually think that's a good title now that I understand it.
Can you do a live translation for us?
I cannot.
Okay. It was worth a shot.
Yeah, this rap is sampled from Devilman Crybaby, which is a very, very bleak anime, but there's a bunch of freestyle raps throughout that are all pretty sick.
It's called Devilman Crybaby?
Devilman Crybaby, it's on Netflix.
That's a really cool title. There's a lot going on there.
Yeah. There's a lot going on in the show, too.
Yeah,
but I don't want to get into that. In the background of that segment, I had originally had a kind of vocal chop thing happening from a play called These Mortal Hosts. And I kind of liked the melody. I came up with it, but after like listening to it, I kind of came to the conclusion that it wasn't super hip-hop. So I squeezed those to the background and then put the Devilman Crybaby rap on top.
Oh, right on.
And then this is a sample from Cautious Clay's NPR Tiny Desk concert.
Another good title, Cautious Clay.
He makes good music.
That's a great name.
The time we spent came corrected in my anatomy.
Yeah, I actually listened to a bunch of this because he told me to check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really sick.
Thanks.
Track 12, we got Prosper by Jindo.
Hell yeah. I actually really like these strings.
I do too. Did you guys catch his live set?
Yeah. That
was really
I was
neat.
watching it because I was going immediately after him. But yeah, he and who were the other two musicians with him?
I think it was they call themselves High Wraith.
Nice.
That's
High Wraith.
Is that how you say that?
I would have to see the spelling again.
Hiraeth, I believe.
High-Wraith.
I only know that because I was writing the posters.
Fair, but yeah, no, they were great.
Yeah, I really enjoyed what they did.
I wasn't sure exactly like what to expect when they were saying they were going to do like a live jazz set, but yeah, no, that was sick.
Yeah, all improvised too, I believe.
I kind of wish I would have been able to enjoy a little bit more, but I was kind of a nervous wreck.
I know. I was with you too. I was just nervous because like I hadn't had enough time to prepare.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was also felt like I should be watching his set and your set as I'm like trying to frantically like throw some stuff together.
Yeah.
So unfortunately I didn't get to appreciate it as much in the moment, but I've gone back and watched both their set and your set, Jack. It's really good stuff. I'm really pleased with how that all came together, honestly. Like for such a last minute thing, it was really neat.
I enjoyed your live rendition of my track, Steve.
Oh yeah.
Dude. That was for you.
That was great.
Yeah, that was definitely the highlight of the evening, just because of how
Sick.
like how like you're just like at that point you're just like 100% hype, man.
It's so true. Yeah, if you didn't catch the show, definitely go back and watch it. We're actually uploading each one individually. Here over the next week, but the full video is still up, correct? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely go back.
Okay, hang on. Sorry to interrupt, but I really liked that. I like this bit with the keys that he's got going on.
Oh yeah, this is my favorite part right here.
I wonder if he was actually like playing that on his keyboard and having it like go in, or if that was something that he had sampled and strung together. But either way, that was sick.
Yeah. Very nice. Yeah, it's a good question. We'll have to ask and report back.
Yeah.
But yeah, seemed like a very skilled pianist.
Oh yeah.
Oh, here we go. Track 13. This is called Celestial by Riverman and P.SUS.
Yeah, so to those who follow P.SUS on YouTube, he's been doing these like live jam videos where he's just been making, chill beats on the fly. Mm-hmm. And one of the ones he did recently kind of caught my ear, and I was like, hey man, I like the track, can you send me the stems? And he said, yeah, cool. But of course, he sent them to me about a week before the deadline. So I was like, right, if I'm going to make this a track for the mixtape, I have to get my arse in gear. And bear in mind, I had Tribal Beat on my hands at the same time, and I had to start this track from scratch like 5 days before the mixtape came out.
Shit.
Which was pretty rough going, and it took a long time to come together. At first I just thought, oh, this just isn't working the way I want it to. But in like literally the last day, it finally kind of got completed, and yeah, it came out alright.
Nice.
I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I kind of like the lo-fi effects going on in here on the percussion.
Yeah, it's a bit crushed percussion.
Yeah, I really like that sound. I gotta start doing that more because it does add like a nice quality.
I just thought Pat's track is so lo-fi, I need to keep the vibe the same with my stuff as well. Because if I start adding stuff that isn't lo-fi to the track, it's not going to work too well, I don't think. So that was one of my initial ideas anyway.
Yeah.
Also, there are some vocals from myself hidden in the back of this part.
What?
Yeah.
You guys are dropping bombs here.
Yeah, these were supposed to be a bigger part of the track, but I just hated them, so I just buried them. That's the end of that.
Yeah. Was that it right at the end? Those vocals right at the end?
Yeah, you can barely make them out.
Do you sing, Dom? I've never heard you sing.
Badly.
Badly? Okay. Yeah, I'm in the same department with you. Yeah. I like to sing, but it's not I'm not particularly good at it. All right, track number 14. This is called Day of the Dragonfly by EMP and Sapien Alien. I really like how this one turned out. I didn't hear any of this, I don't think, until the last minute.
Oh, same.
I don't know if you guys had heard earlier versions.
No, not at all.
Yeah, this came out of nowhere. He's like, here's this thing. I knew Ethan had told me they were working on something, but that's all I had known. And then we heard this. Very nice, very relaxing. I love the vibe.
Milo's just like the ambient king.
Yeah, that moment of silence there was us all just kind of going like, oh.
Yeah.
Listen to that.
It's why I'm working with him on a new project.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, is that official?
It is now.
It's kind of official.
Wow.
I mean, we've been working on it for about a year and a half now, so
Nice.
I mean, it's got to become official at some point, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how much longer it's going to take, but essentially we're taking our time with it and we're trying to make it as good as possible.
Nice.
I think what we've made so far is collectively, like between the both of us, some of our best work. So I'm really excited about it.
Nice.
Right on. Well, that's something to look forward to. Next collaborative thing to look forward to. Well, maybe not the next one, but down the road.
Probably not the next one. But
well, we don't have anything planned, so
we'll see.
Honestly, it's probably going to be another one of these where like a month and a half out, we're like, let's do a mixtape, and then we all work really hard for a month and a half. That's how it goes. All right, track 15. This is called You Know by Belinsky.
This one blew me away when I first heard it. Because it wasn't tagged with the artist name in the folder when it first went in there. And I was like, who is this?
Yeah.
Right.
And of course, as soon as I figured out it was Belinsky, it became obvious that of course it's Belinsky.
Right. That was kind of fun because we kind of dumped a bunch of tracks in there and not everyone was labeled. And so it was kind of like this moment of like, I wonder who made this. I wonder who made this. It was kind of fun.
Mystery tracks.
Yep.
Each little freestyles up like fuck it. I come on more hotels than ice buckets like it. I love it. Private the public, I'm not to be fucked.
These might be the first expletives on a collaboration.
Yeah, I think they are.
We forgot to kind of tag it as such, so hopefully nobody was playing it too loudly in front of their grandparents or something.
No, I don't think so. I know my mom bought a copy, but I think she might have just listened to my tracks. I came down to the kitchen and like I was hearing I think it was Sorry that was playing at the time, and I was like, oh, that's weird. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, my mom used to do that when I lived with her. It is kind of a weird thing. You'd be like, I know this song. It's like this kind of like half second where you're like, why do I know this song? Like, oh, right.
Yeah.
With a blunt in the bag, dumping the tab, just about to jump in the cab, you know.
Yeah, well, shout out to Jack's mom for buying the album. Shout out to everyone who's bought the album.
Yeah, seriously.
Huge appreciation from us.
Yeah, do you know how much money we've raised for Charlotte's bag so far?
I think we must be getting close to $100, I would guess.
All right.
I mean, I hope I'm not off in saying that, but I think it's in that ballpark, yeah.
Hell yeah.
It should be really nice, yeah. And all the other money just goes to, keeping the website afloat and helping us do more stuff in the future, more promotion and stuff. So really appreciate everyone who bought the album.
Yeah.
And we really put all that money to good use, whether it's being donated or whether we're using it to make more cool stuff. I always say this, but I really do hope to have Collaborate be doing more stuff soon in the future. More podcasts, more music, more videos. Because I think it's a pretty cool thing we got going on here, so definitely want to build on that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, this track is great.
Yeah.
I think pretty much, I can't think of any exceptions. I think every track on this album stands on its own really well. And then as a whole, I think it's a really nice kind of journey, different sounds.
Yeah, it's cool that everyone took their own kind of interpretation of what they think, what hip hop is to them, and brought it to the album. When we first came up with the idea, I was half expecting the album to be just full of stuff like You and Me, just beat chop stuff. And it didn't turn up like that at all. It's a very diverse mix of stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah, I agree. I guess I didn't know what to expect, but everyone's own sound came through so well, even if they were trying new stuff or whatever, like Jack was talking about with his tracks, making them sound hip hoppy and stuff, but it still has like his sound to it. And I think it kind of came through with everyone, which is really, I think, a sign of good artists and, I don't know, creative people to be able to pull it off like that.
Yeah, I mean, considering the last album we did was some weird ambient shit, like it's a pretty big 180.
We tried to kind of go two directions with that, and I think we succeeded. I hope people enjoy that album. I actually really like that album, but yeah, that's kind of a.
It's the immersive one. That's
yeah.
the way to look at it.
I think it's kind of a an A and a B side. And the A side's a little bit more awake, and the B side's a little more chill, right?
I actually showed that mixtape to my granddad a little while back, and he preferred the B side. So
yeah, I could see that for sure. Well, awesome. I really enjoyed listening to it again for the second or third time. Yeah, man, very impressed with everyone's work.
Yeah, thank you to everybody who contributed.
Yeah, huge shout out to everyone. Let me try and name everyone. Okay, Jack, obviously. We got Tom, we got Pat. Those are a lot of the regulars. Shout out to Milo, Ethan. We've got Bill, of course. Gave us a couple dope tracks. John, Blame Illuminati. I'm forgetting his name at the moment. Help me out. Tom. Thank you, Tom. Yeah. Do I have to thank myself? Probably not, because I know deep inside.
What about Jesse?
Oh, you know what? Damn it! No! Jesse's gonna hate me forever. We can't. Oh my god, the one guy I forget. It's fucking Jesse. Jesse, I love you. If this makes it into the podcast, I love you.
I mean, it is now.
Extra shout out to Jesse. He's my favorite. He's my favorite of all of you guys. So. I'm just kidding. No. I'm trying to make up for it. Now it sounds like I'm being a dick to you guys. It's terrible. There's nothing I could say to make it right. It's funny. How do you guys feel? And I'm sorry to drop this on you live on the microphone, but how would you feel about an album that was not credited to anyone except Collaborate?
Ooh.
I was thinking along the same lines, actually.
I could get down with that.
Because that would free us up to having as many people collaborating on tracks. It'd give us a lot of freedom to say, Milo, can you add something to this track? Jack, can you add something to this track? And make it a kind of almost fully formed band, almost of just all of us.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
Yeah, I think that's definitely something for us to explore. And I think it'd be kind of cool from the outside listening in, especially if you know our music, to be like, oh, I feel like so-and-so contributed to this track,
Yeah.
But yeah, I think for us creatively, at least for me, I think that'd be a breath of fresh air for sure.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely bring our A game when we're collaborating.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't want to let down the other person, You just want to be as good as you can with whatever it is you're doing on that track. And also it frees up your creativity. For me, it's like, oh, good. I don't have to worry about a bass line. Now I can dig through samples for a while. It's like there's this freeing sense of not having to work on one thing that maybe you don't like working on in a track. So you can double down on the stuff you do like. But I don't know what it is exactly, but we always seem to really make cool stuff when we're working together. So yeah, I think that's an awesome idea. We should definitely kind of play around with that.
Absolutely.
So I've had a couple people message me this week being like, so in the promotional stuff, you put Jeesh, obviously our friend Josh, in the promotional stuff. Why does he not have a track on the album? Unfortunately, this is real life stuff and stuff happens, and he did intend on having a track on the album. But, life comes up as it does. We're all adults doing our best. And for a lot of us, this is a hobby. We're not making money off this. So, if you have a real job and you got to do that real job, that happens sometimes. So unfortunately, we didn't get a finished track from him before the release. But I'm sure he'll be involved with the Collaborate stuff in the future.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. Josh was just kind of saying that things with work were especially insane during that period of time. So yeah, by all means, sometimes life just kind of happens, and
yeah, it does. And we're going through such a weird time with pandemic
that too, honestly, I feel like especially there seems to be this kind of pressure during COVID to be super productive or learn something amazing that you didn't know before. And I don't think that's necessarily a healthy mindset to have,
I agree.
Not to get too dark here, but I feel like we're all kind of experiencing this sort of collective trauma during this time. And so I don't think adding on the pressure to be quote unquote productive is helpful and all of that, you know? I mean, for some people, like it can be like something like this can be like a great distraction and a great outlet. But if it's not that for you, you shouldn't force that, you know?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
I think the cool thing about this mixtape is that when we were making it, it served as a creative outlet and also a good distraction from all the weird, crazy shit that's going on in the world. So, you know, for the week or two where we were really solidly like digging down into this, you know, I was having a great time. And it was almost like, you know, things were semi back to normal again because I was talking to you guys all the time. I was being very productive with my music stuff, and you know, I was just able to kind of phase it out a bit and just enjoy the process of making the album.
Yeah, I'm with you for sure. And it also, you know, I was just like updating the website, and you know, I was wrote out the title of the album, Aperture 2020, right? And I'm just, as I'm writing 2020, I'm like, people are always going to kind of look back on this year, you know, like everyone's going to remember 2020 and stuff like this, like albums that come out in 2020. It's like kind of this little time capsule to this exact time. And I know a lot of us had been working on tracks before the pandemic, but a lot of this album was put together during this time period. And, you know, it's kind of a neat little tribute to this is what life was in 2020, you know, in the future. Hopefully things are better.
I almost feel like the album cover is almost nostalgic in a sad way because like we can't actually meet up and hang out like we are on the cover at the moment. Not that we could because we all live in completely different places anyway.
Well,
but
I was literally about to come visit you, Dom, in...
Yes, that is true, actually. That is true.
In like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Dom and I and Josh were all going to get together, and presumably Ethan in a few weeks. And of course, those plans got canceled. And yeah, sucks. Really sucks. But yeah, you're right. Like it is nostalgic because those are all photos of times we spent together, or, you know, not necessarily all of us, but whoever was together at that time. Yeah, a lot of nostalgia. Some of those photos are like 8 years old.
Yeah, you can tell the old ones because I don't have a beard on them.
Yeah, we all look like babies. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
There's actually more old stuff than current stuff, but it's okay. It's okay. We haven't had a proper big meetup in a while. I think we're due for one here pretty soon.
We are.
2023.
Yeah.
That's the 10-year anniversary.
Yeah.
That's true.
I would say, yeah, let's aim for that. Because hopefully by that time, like, we'll have figured out how all of this nonsense is working as far as COVID is concerned. And like, we'll have a vaccine, presumably, and like, we'll have a better idea on like how to prevent it and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, 2023, I'd say is a good milestone to aim for.
There you go. Because that'll be what, 10 years from Collaborate Bit?
11, actually.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, was that 2012?
Yeah.
The tail end of 2012.
If I remember correctly, it was like December. Because I did the track listing and I was round a friend's house, you know, at the end of the year at the time, and it was super distracting.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at a friend's house too. I specifically remember you working on the track listing as it was coming out. That's so weird, like these little memories I wouldn't have thought of otherwise, but yeah. Yeah, man, that's crazy. Yeah, we're going on 10 years here relatively soon. That's wild.
Damn.
I mean, we all met each other in 2011, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
no.
Yeah.
It wasn't that early.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
No.
Because,
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, are we talking in real life or are we talking on the internet?
We're talking on the internet here.
Oh, okay.
We became acquainted with each other in 2011.
Yes.
We didn't meet up
for sure.
until like 2012?
Yeah, 12.
2013?
I think
Later
it was
than
2012, yeah. Well, I didn't meet Dom, I believe, until 2013, but I think I think we had met up before then.
The first time I met any of you guys was that trip in 2013.
Yeah, okay.
Have we ever talked about how we all like met on the internet? Are people interested in that, or are they just sick of hearing us talk? They're sick of hearing us talk. All right. We'll talk about it another time.
Yeah, we'll get into that, I'm sure, because there are good stories there. But yeah, thank you all so much for coming back and for joining us.
Yes.
And yeah, thank you, Steve. Thank you, Dom, for providing your insights and commentaries. And
Yeah, thank you, man.
As usual, this has been genuinely good conversation.
You want to do some plugs and call it a day?
Hell yeah.
Not that we all have anything different to plug, but you know.
Yeah, I got nothing new to plug at the moment, but soundcloud.com/Jawka or youtube.com/JawkaJabberwock. You'll find my stuff there.
I've heard a rumor that your live set individual video will be coming out tomorrow. So,
oh, well, check it out.
Well, they don't know when tomorrow is.
Maybe it's already been out by the time you hear this.
That's right. It's going to come out.
It's been out for X amount of weeks.
We're not live, Steve. You're thinking you're in a live stream again.
I keep thinking it's live, yep. I keep thinking these mistakes I'm making, no one will be able to listen to over and over and over. You know? You guys know who I am. ThinkFishTank.com.
I don't know who you are.
I'm ThinkFishTank, formerly known as Steve. I've changed my legal name. Guys, I just redesigned the Collaborate website, so go check that out. Let me know how you like it.
Hell yeah.
We got a new logo. It's looking pretty put together. We're looking relatively put together, which is great. And definitely buy the album.
Please.
That's all I got. Yeah, please. Dom, you got anything to plug?
I have nothing to plug except my Bandcamp page, Riverman Music, and the album, just like you did. So there you go.
Beautiful.
Hell yeah. All right. I'm going to roll in that outro music now. Thank you guys so much.
Peace.
Good night.
Good night.